Today we're going to be talking about the newest camp gear that I just had delivered and the reasons why I settled on this stuff. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Chad with BeGoneForGood. We do videos all about adventure motorcycling, from the bikes that we're on, the trips that we take, the gear that we use, anything under the sun. When it comes to adventure motorcycling, you're going to find it on this channel. If that's the sort of thing you're interested in, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you get notifications anytime we upload a new video. And if you like this specific video, hit that thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. Today we're going to be looking at all the new gear that I got for camping this year, and I will do more in-depth reviews and kind of how-tos for each of the items. But today I'm just going to go through what I got, why I got it, and sort of what you plan to see in the future when it comes to these items. First off, the big one I'm really excited about is the new tent. This is the Naturehike Hiby 3. So it's a 3-person tent, and the thing that I think I really am gonna like about this tent as opposed to some of the previous tents that I've had is this has a massive vestibule included with it. So the tent is relatively tall. It's not a low one. I was looking at the Opolis 2 and 3. This one is a lot taller, which allows me to maybe sit up a little bit, maybe kneel if I need to get my clothes on, but it also has a massive vestibule. So anytime that it's raining or I just need to bring the gear inside, I can bring it inside the tent without bringing it inside my sleeping compartment, which is gonna be really, really nice. Something that I got used to when I was using the Vu's Moto tent, which has an enormous vestibule. It's just a huge tent overall. This is something that I can travel with, something that I can camp with, and still not have to have all my gear inside the tent, which I'm very much looking forward to. So that will be one of the reviews that we do. After that, I have the Trekker stove and the X-Pot from Sea to Summit. Now these two kind of go in conjunction, and I think that without one I wouldn't have the other, and without the other I wouldn't have the one. For the Trekker stove, this was bought almost exclusively because I wanted to try out the X-Pot. Now the X-Pot from Sea to Summit is really incredible because it has an aluminum bottom on it. Now this aluminum bottom allows you to cook in this silicone pot on its own. So I've seen a lot of people that use this as a skillet when it's collapsed, and they just cook their hot dogs or their burgers or their chicken inside the skillet, and then they pull it up to a pot as they need it. My goal on the Bourbon Trail this year is going to be to camp a lot more and going to be to cook while I'm camping a lot more. And this provides me the capability of not having to bring a pot and a bunch of other things along, and I can cook just in this, just about anything that I need to, whether that's a steak and some beans, or if I want to make a full stew or a soup or my eggs in the morning, I should be able to do it all in this. And that is something that I'm very excited to try out and see if it works. Now, because of this pot and having to be very careful not to get flame over onto the silicone, I also opted to get the Trekker stove instead of going with my Jetboil. Now the Jetboil is a great item for doing just about one thing, and that is boiling water. If you need to boil water, I don't think you can do better than the Jetboil. The problem is that if you want to cook over top of it, there's almost no way to limit that flame enough to not have it be just scorching whatever you've got. It is a jet underneath there, and even turning that flame down, it still concentrates a ton of heat on whatever that surface is. When I was cooking steak last year on the Mid-Atlantic BDR with my Jetboil, I was pulling the pan up and off of the flame in order to be able to control that temperature a little bit. The problem with this pot is because it's got the two flaps out here, the only way to pull it up is to basically use these two flaps to pull it up, and that ensures that you won't be able to cook while you're doing it, or to be able to manipulate while you're doing it. So that was not a workable solution. Instead, I found this Trekker stove that's relatively cheap. You can find the links down below if you want to take a look at it, but it allows you to control that flame a lot more, so you can control that temperature a lot more. This was bought so that I can use this in the best way imaginable. And there will be a full review when I start to get to be able to cook on these. But for right now, I just want you to know that this is why I have this is why I have this, and these are the goals I have for the bourbon run this year. Now, the last item I want to talk about today is this fireplace type thing, this camp stove that I was delivered from Lifedue. Now, one of the benefits of doing this channel is that folks reach out to me all the time to basically send me stuff saying, hey, I would like you to review this, take a look at it, see if this works for your systems. And Lifedue reached out to me with this stove to see if it's something that could work on moto adventures and the type of things that we do where we camp outside, we cook over flame, things like that. and I'm excited to see how this works. Now, because of the dimensions, this is the smaller version. They've got a couple different, this is the smaller version. Because of the dimensions of this, yes, you could take it on a bike, but I don't know how useful it would be in necessarily a moto adventure. Now, if you were going to do just a quick weekend and wanted to ride out, you were gonna camp for a couple of days and ride back, absolutely usable, absolutely doable on that front. I don't know that I would take it on any long excursion, anything that you had technical or dangerous riding on, because it is rather big, it is rather heavy. But if you are just going out to moto camp, this could be a great option. I will do a review on this as well. We will show the setup. It's a really small item that breaks out to a really big fireplace, cook stove type of process. So I'm excited to show that as well. Again, if you have any questions, all the links are down below in the description. Anything that I don't answer in this video or down there, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you. That's all the new gear I plan on taking out this year. If you want any more details about some of the items, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'll be producing videos about each individual one and first impressions and ways I plan on using it, reasons why I got it type of stuff. You'll see those coming up in the future. Also, we've got the Bourbon Run coming up later on this year, where we're gonna be going out to Tennessee and Kentucky, doing kind of a little bit of the whiskey trail, a little bit of the bourbon trail, hopefully hitting some off-road sections in there as well. Maybe do a few meetups and other fun activities for subscribers of the channel, people that watch along and wanna come out and see us. If you have any other questions, if you want anything else that you need to know about the gear that we have here, the bikes we're taking, the trip, leave a comment down below. Again, this is Chad with BeGoneForGood. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, the adventure starts with you, up here and in here. Stay safe out there.